if someone comes to you and says, I've heard everything you said, I've read your book, I think it's great, I'm not changing a single thing, I'm keeping everything exactly the same, I'm a 55-year-old man, and I'm not making any changes, but should I take a statin drug? So if the obvious answer is you want to say, don't take the drug, eat a whole food plant-based diet. But if they say, I'm not doing it at this point in my life, I'm not changing to a whole food plant-based diet, should they take a statin drug if they have, let's say, somewhat high cholesterol?
The first thing I say to them is thank you very much. I've got 4 kids that put through college, and the standard American diet contributes to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, and stroke. And you're going to have to be in my office going through these procedures and generating income. And so I say thank you very much for the contribution of my kids' college fund. And so, but the other thing I say, if they're not willing to make those changes and their cholesterol is high, the standard of care is to take a statin drug. And so, yes, I'll give them a statin drug. Now, they're consuming the first poison that they refuse to discontinue taking the first poison. So then I have to give them the second poison to treat the side effects of the first poison. Now, I'm only correcting a biomarker, and by and large. And so the statin drug will lead to other side effects that can have neurological side effects and muscle side effects. There, diabetes or insulin resistance. So there are other problems that are going to contribute to that. They're going to have to come back to the office to get more tests. So if their blood sugar's out of whack, then now, okay, great. You have diabetes now, we have to treat that. And oh, by the way, now we have to do Doppler studies on your legs. So that costs more money that goes to my kids' college fund. And we have to get a stress test, a nuclear stress test every year. And oh, if you have any chest discomfort, you might need a heart cath. And you have chest discomfort, you give ECP therapy. So if they continue to consume this bad food, they go down that cascade of sick care therapies, and that's the standard of care. And I'm obligated to provide that for them.
I think yes, you give the person a statin drug, but as I said in my talk this afternoon, my argument is that if you're not seeing doctors like these doctors here, which we need a whole army of doctors like Dr. Klaper and Dr. Montgomery, what happens is the statin drug is prescribed without any discussion like what you just heard. And so what I think should happen, this would be a great change in medicine, is consent forms. I understand that this statin drug that I'm taking is going to reduce my risk of a major event by 0.7%. I have read the 23 pages of side effects, and I have been thoroughly explained the benefits of eating a plant-based diet, and I consent to take the second poison because I refuse to give up the first poison and sign it and date it and notarize it. And I think if we did that, we'd cool down a lot of enthusiasm for these drugs. It's the main reason why people say, your hypothetical 55-year-old person, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not going to do it, I'm going to take a statin drug, is because they are still maintaining the thought in their head that the drug has more of a positive effect than it's possibly capable of producing. And that's what we're working against, is to undo the brainwashing that this stuff works. And let's face it, if you guys watch the commercials on TV for drugs, they make it look like it's fun to have diabetes. You almost want to become diabetic so you can join the party, right? I mean, seriously, we're on roller coasters, we're having a great time, I'm down with Crestor, it just makes it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it's fun to be sick, the drugs are magical solutions, they conveniently ignore the man who talks 25 miles a second to give the last, squeeze in 100 side effects. But if most people really understood what we're talking about here, they would not choose that option.
And don't forget the kidney failure, dial a spa.
More college money.
Yeah.